No, remember last time we started talking and then we were talking for about 10 minutes, then we were silent.
Yeah, that happened. Maybe.
Tech issues.
Check, check, check. What up, everybody? Let us know if you can hear us and see us. Welcome to Thursday Hangout. I know I don't do it for
It's
that,
not
but-
working. It's still hosting your page and it won't work.
Lies.
I'm not joking you. I can't see anything.
I'm refreshing it.
Refresh.
I even did that and it just keeps
Yeah, it
showing
was
me.
offline for me too.
There we
Yeah.
go. Now it'll come back, I think.
There we go. Yep.
All right, we should be back, everybody. Hey, Seraph. What up? Cyfler. Welcome to Thursday Hangout. I know I don't do the reverb that time, but we have the usual suspect with us, 32 with us. Oblivion's not actually on the call. He might be here right now, but he said he's busy, so he's just hosting the Skype for us. Look at that guy.
He's
and then,
busy.
yeah, he's busy doing whatever he does. We got D-MENIS. D-MENIS is Dennis down in the corner there of the Skype call. And then we, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is it crashing?
Oh shit.
I've just got adverts, so.
Okay. Son of a.
What's wrong?
Is it crashing for you guys? My computer's like freezing up.
No, it seems good.
No, everything's working for me.
Okay, well, if you can hear me, we have Rez as well up in that top corner. What are you drinking, by the way? That looks
I'm
that looks
drinking like
great.
a king right now. That's the only glass I had that was clean.
It's amazing. Yeah, we should go through drink roll call. I've got this weird Red's Wicked Mango that I'm drinking.
Oh yeah,
right now.
that's
It's
good.
a
I've had that. Yeah.
8%er, so you know,
Woo.
it's stepping up to the
8%.
plate.
Slow down, slow down.
And then what do we got? Mel was drinking something.
Yeah, I'm on coffee, but then I'm going to switch to this Goose IPA thing.
Yeah.
No idea if it's good.
Dog.
I don't know.
Sure.
Water.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I'm drinking too. Drinking water.
I'm on the water.
I'll move to the good stuff, Mountain Dew, later. Right now, it's just gonna be some water.
There we go. Now I got the D&B Nostalgia page hosting this channel. Everything should be good, and I can go back to actually concentrating on this show. But yeah. So if you're new to the show, a lot of people. The reason I streamed on the Nostalgia page before this is because a lot of people haven't made the transition yet. So I don't do streams on the D&B Nostalgia page anymore. I just do them on Redline Reload. If I end up playing like a game or streaming live, I'll probably go back to the D&B Nostalgia page. But you need to follow this page for all the cool stuff that we're doing right now. So we've got our mixed shows, we've got our guest shows, live production, stuff like that. So follow up this page because that's where all the fun stuff's happening. And soon, if you're on the Facebook group, if someone wants to link that, I don't have it up right now. We have an official Facebook group for Redline Reload. And I'm going to be posting up our new website for you guys to check out and give me feedback on before we go like 100% live with it. So stay tuned for that and let us know what you want out of the website. But it's pretty sick. And it's almost ready to go. So, but yeah,
Nice.
so if you're new to this show, this is Thursday Hangout. It's kind of chill. We talk about music production stuff, mix downs, mastering, sound design, as well as DJing, like culture stuff, like frickin' who is it? Code Pandorum just said that Squanto is the best dubstep DJ right now, period. And I was like, challenge accepted, Code Pandorum. All right. But Squanto is making some waves with that. You guys see his chopping video?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I think he's just doing something. He's bringing something different to it, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean,
playing
it's, yeah. Or go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm playing a show with him June 3rd in Santa Cruz.
Sick.
Him and Sub Artillery back to back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sub
Yeah.
Artillery.
Yeah. Nima.
I need to look that guy up.
He's a local kid from the Bay Area.
I was gonna say Sub Artillery sounds like a label.
No, he's a producer. He's we're part of the same like promo team that does like local shows around here.
Yeah, I remember on the Basement Jam, I think someone played a tune of his on there, and I was like, whoa, this tune is crazy. It's definitely his best one. I think he gave it out or something. I don't know.
No, it was probably like Droid or something. It was like if it was a free download, he did like a dubstep, dubstep.net free.
Yeah, Dennis, I play that tune "Contact" of yours all the time. I love that. Yeah,
Thanks, dude. I'm doing like a drum and bass VIP with it right now.
awesome.
And Andrew, you're thinking of Heavy Artillery.
Yeah, I'm thinking Heavy Artillery.
Yeah, because they're a label.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
I was like, you're playing with an entire label. Nice.
Lots of artillery.
I'm
To
sure
back to back to
Sub Oxide was called
Back to back to back.
Sub Artillery or something before. I don't know. Maybe he changed his name.
Suboxide?
Maybe I made it up. I don't know. I'm sure his Twitter name's.
Oh,
Sub-Artillery,
he's oh
Base savagery.
base
Oh
savagery.
yeah, that's nothing like it. Don't mind me.
That's pre-beer, everybody.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Wait,
That's cool that you guys play each other's tunes. Have you guys, Rez and D-MENIS, have you guys D-MENIS to each other before?
D-MENIS.
D-MENIS,
Yeah,
sorry.
Was it D-MENIS?
No, wait,
He's D-MENIS in the system.
Yeah. We're close. You live in Modesto, right?
Oh no, I'm from Modesto. I was born in Modesto. Grew up in Fresno, Modesto.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in Castro Valley, so I'm not that far.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've actually never met in person or anything.
no. I've never even Skyped before, dude. This is my first time ever Skyping.
That's awesome.
Stepping up in the world.
Yeah, Suboxide showed me how to do it a couple hours ago. So we did.
What a guy. He's a show regular. He usually is free for the demo listen Thursdays when we like critique user submitted tunes. And he's just like so chill and so like, yeah, I see what you're going for. So what you need to do is just lower the reverb a little bit.
Yeah, he knows his shit, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We already have a fucking Skype collab going, and then we just did it for the first time like an hour ago. Like we already got like Skype collab. Like yeah, I'm down, dude.
That's what it's like. Everybody transitioned to Skype because we had AIM, and then everybody went over to Skype. I don't know if you guys did the AIM thing. I know we've talked about it before. Like
I've
AIM is
still got
like-
AIM. It's like a graveyard.
No, actually, I actually signed into AIM like 4 days ago because someone asked if I had it, and there was like maybe 2 people on out of like the 100 million that I had.
A DJ
like, whoa.
graveyard.
Exactly. A 12-year-old and a DJ graveyard.
I feel like if those people were on too, they're probably just on Trillion, and so it just signed in automatically. It wasn't actually just that they turned into AIM. Seraph, or no, Cyfler says Kevin's hair is on point. I have to agree.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well done. Usually
It's
we get-
unintentional.
Got like the lights on it as well.
I've been rocking this at the shows lately. I've been doing the full out.
Really?
Nice.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
That's a strong look.
Yeah, if you're gonna go, you gotta go all out, you know.
While we're talking connections, I just want to know. So, how long have you and David McLeod, Jonah Freed been talking?
Ever since the Octane audio EP that I did, so like late 2014.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And he's a good dude, man. He hit me up saying that he liked the EP and everything, and then we started doing a collab. And I really love his beats, man. That Santa Muerte beat of his is just insane. So
Super good.
yeah, the dusty drums and everything, like love that sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I talk to him pretty frequently. Never met though.
Oh,
Never
really?
No.
I just kind of assumed that you were like in New York or something, and he like met you out there. I don't know.
Never been.
I made that up. Hey, Jonah Freed's in the chat. What up? Oh
Is
wait,
he?
I got sound effects. There we go. Yeah, so he makes a lot of like deep stuff. I keep like really. I was never into deep dubstep really, and now I keep getting pulled into it, and I'm really starting to like it, but I haven't had any success making anything even close to like deep stuff. So I was hoping over the course of this show that you guys could just explain any secrets, and then I could make my own deep track. So just
I
keep
made,
that
like-
in mind.
Deep is sick. I fucking love deep dubstep.
Oh yeah.
Evil
Yeah,
as fuck.
Who's some
Deep.
people I should look up? Like, who are you digging right now?
Bio.
Well,
Biome.
Good.
He's amazing.
Yeah, the whole like UK scene is insane. Like LX1 and
Phelan.
SPC.
Felix.
Yeah, Biome is like one of the best over there, man.
Would you like Phelan as well? He's sick.
Yeah.
How do you spell his name? Phelan.
Thelem. Thelem.
Oh, Thelem.
Yeah, he's got some really nice stuff, man. With like kilowatt and stuff, you know, quite minimal, but it's really dark, you know.
Yeah.
Has Jay Kenzo done anything lately? I ain't checked in for.
Yeah, there's like a Beatport release not that long ago, a few weeks ago. Jay Kenzo.
Sick.
I honestly don't keep up as I should. Let's see.
Trying to get Jonah Freed on Skype. Might have him hop in real quick. I've been trying to get him on this show for weeks, and he's always working or something.
Rez, did we release anything else on Prime Audio? We did the Jay Phelps remix, wasn't it?
That was the first one, yeah. And
Do anything else?
couple of the free EPs and everything. And then the latest track, the Roman numerals 3.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
So a couple singular tunes on the.
One was sick.
It was the free, the 5,000 free EP and the 6,000.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to remember everything. I know there was a couple on there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that made my life, man. Getting that Jay Phelps. That's really what got me into going, like, trying a bit harder, you know.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Make some more and I'll release it. All day.
I got loads, man. Too many. I never finish shit. That's the problem.
We've all got that problem.
Dude, I have like 35 whips right now. It's scary.
Yeah.
Do you guys do anything like where I'll like work on something and basically have the track pretty much finished within like 24 hours, but then it's like you have that final tune or like tuning to do, like where you just want to like actually finish it, but then you never do for like a long time.
That's it.
What I do is I do like 90% of the tune, and then like I sit there, and then I just have so much self-doubt, and then I just give up.
and then you'll start working on something else, and then you'll be like, oh, I just want to work on this now. Screw the other tune. And then you just continue to keep doing that.
Get 90% of it done, then you do a 3-month mix down.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then just forget about it.
Exactly.
That track on the Mixtures 4 EP took me like 7 months to finish because I kept doing mix downs and mix downs and mix downs and mix downs, and then just like restarted the whole track because I hated it.
Oh yeah, you kept sending me that back and forth.
I sent like 30 different versions.
Like, you did about 30 versions of it. I was like, look, it's fine.
I just re-listened to it really quick, like right now, and it sounds super tough. So you eventually nailed it, at least from an outsider's perspective. I don't know how you felt.
Thanks. I mean,
by the end of it.
The way it sounds now is like tenfold of what it was to me, at least personally. And then like the feedback I got on Beatport was also like another reinforcement in like getting rid of the self-doubt into that track, like out of that track. So yeah, I like at one point literally hated that tune.
Was that the first official release?
Yeah, it was my first Beatport release ever.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it got to like, I can't remember what position it was, like 20 or 22 or
21 is where it peaked out at, and it was #1 on the must-hear tracks for the month or whatever.
Oh, sick.
That's good on the singles chart. That's good as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Single chart's tough.
Yeah, like reinforced my opinion on the song. As to what it was before, because I fucking hated that track.
That makes it feel good, yeah.
That's what I've kind of noticed, because so I kind of follow a couple rules of thumb for writing, because I try to write a lot and fast, but it's like if you can't get most of your idea out during the first session of writing that song, you're probably never going to finish it. You got to bring it to like 80 or 90% done. And then you can kind of go back, because you can listen and you can compare it to other tunes and be like, oh yeah, I need a riser here. I need effects. This B section isn't busy enough or something like that. Like that's a little easier to finish up. But if you don't got that idea fully out, when you come back to it, you're just like, I don't know.
You have to get the guts out,
But then again, there is a tune I've been working on for 6 years. So
really,
it's
Dr. Dre time.
it's freaking, and I really like it, and it's gone through like a lot of metamorphoses, but it's a tune with Ami, and yeah, I don't know. I just keep coming back to it and then not knowing what to do. There's a trap tune that I just finished. It just needs one more mix down that I started last year, March. And I just like decided I wasn't good enough to finish it yet. And then I remembered it like 3 weeks ago. And I was like, oh yeah. And like, I feel like I had the skills now to kind of finish it. But I don't know if you guys are running that too, where it's like, you wait on a tune to finish it for a while. And then you've gotten like better at production so that when you look at it, you like put your hand in your head. Cause you're just like, wow, I can't believe I routed stuff that way. Like
old gold. You had the ideas, but you couldn't like execute it properly.
That's what I feel about all my old tunes. I just like, oh my god, does anyone do that? Like, think what was I thinking?
Yeah, exactly.
I dug up a couple old ones and like remade them though. Turned out okay. Like
I've definitely set some aside too for later. Like started like a really solid idea, and I was like, well, this could be sick. I'll wait till I'm better, and then just hard drive it. Stashed it away for a bit.
For sure.
I wish I could remake a lot of my old ones, but like a lot of the projects I've lost and the stems are just gone. I can't be bothered to remake sounds, and that's just long, you know. So to remake old songs, you know.
I'm gonna go ahead and talk to Jonah Freed really quick and get him in this chat. He's like, I texted you, but you changed your number. Not trying to be shady, okay?
Cut him off.
I was actually thinking too. I was like, oh, I'll just send him in the Twitch chat. I'll just send him my phone number. And I was like, wait a sec. Probably not smart.
That's cold.
The rejection hotline.
Public rejection.
So we were talking about you got to like 22 in the charts. You said Dennis?
21.
21.
21. Yeah. It was like if I was, because the Smog EP came out and Datsing put out an EP, and if for some reason my song was going back and forth with 2 Skrillex tunes for like a week.
You're like, yeah!
Switching out with Badman and like a really old Skrillex. I was just like, why is this even happening right now?
The charts are kind of whack because it's like,
yeah, they're like on crack or something.
Well, and it's less sales than you would expect them to be sometimes. So it's like, or like a blog will post about a song, or like Skrillex, let's say Skrillex puts up a mix, like he goes to Puerto Rico and puts up like the Puerto Rico mix, and so a bunch of people buy his old tune and it'll chart again and then it'll come back down, you know? Like crazy stuff like that has happened.
Yeah, it like tops it up, doesn't it, again? It's just like, they can get really high really fast, but it's how long they stay there for. That's when you've got like the super money.
I mean, it stayed there for like a week and a half in the top 25, and then it fell down to like the 40s.
But it charted best off the whole EP anyway. So.
Yeah, it did. And me and Ulasal were like, he was like 5 spots behind me for like a week in the very beginning, first week of the release, and then we both kind of fell off and went down to the 50s and stuff.
That EP took about a year. There was other artists that were meant to be on it, and then some fell through, and I was waiting for others, and it just turned into about a year.
Wasn't Jay Phelps supposed to be on it too?
Yeah, we won't talk about that. No, it's cool.
Business.
Yeah, that was one of them though. But
I remember me and Jonah were like, "Is that gonna go down anymore?" Like we thought you scrapped it for a while.
Yeah, I think everyone did, and then I was just like, "Boom, there it is."
That's how Mel does stuff.
Surprised myself. I was just boom.
Boom, there it is. Yeah. That's what the press release said. Boom, here's an EP. That's all it said.
That Conspiracy tune is probably my favorite one on there.
Which one?
The Conspiracy.
Oh yeah. Oh, nice one.
Is that your collab with
Grey Rubber?
Yeah, I forgot that was even my tune then. Yeah, nice one.
That was a sick tune.
Awesome.
That's like years old as well now. So
we were going to release that together, Mel. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was like,
Serenity. That was old school.
I tend to sit on things like so long, and then they just hatch.
We even had that EP art and everything sorted. I was just don't know what happened there.
Yeah, it just sort of just didn't
happen.
Didn't go anywhere.
We got a question. Was someone in here on the John Cena VIP? Because it had like 9 artists, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, J Phelps used my bootleg of Trapped right before that Cena, I think, in his Underground Legends mix.
Nice.
That was like a big honor. I was like, holy shit.
Rez, what door do you use?
I use FL11.
Yeah, except I'm on 12.
Hey,
Right,
what's up?
let's go through like some plugins and some techniques and stuff that you do.
Hey, David, turn your speakers down a little bit. And also, what's up?
I'm gonna put headphones on. Hang on.
Solid. Meanwhile, yeah.
Rez.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, so let's go over some like VSTs and some like techniques that you use like for some basses and stuff.
Yeah, most of my basses, well, all of them are made with Massive, but most of them like really come together post Massive. So it's like FL plugins and Camel Fat, and I just resample it like fuck. Sometimes I'll do it like 10 times, and that's really like how I get all the basses, and everything else is FL. I get weird like vinyl packs and stuff like that. So
do you resample it then? So you put all those effects on it and then bounce it and then put more on, or?
Yeah, like if I got a phaser, let's say, or a flanger that's like moving on a steady like oscillation, every time you replay it, like it'll get different like inflections. So I'll like use an Edison to capture what inflections I like, and then now you have it forever, and I can just keep tweaking like every step, you know. So you have like a save point kind of.
That's actually really sick that you use the word inflections, because I've never heard anyone say that, but it makes so much sense. Because like people will be like timbres, you know.
I'm a lyricist.
Yeah, that's sick. I'm gonna start using that and take credit for it. So thank you.
I'm glad that's how I helped. Yeah.
I also like how you're using Massive and Camel Fat, which is like pretty dubstep of you.
Well, I'm just lazy and I like to learn the shit and then not really learn anything else, you know.
That's exactly my style.
Says Mr. Reason.
Yeah. D-MENIS uses Reason as well, though.
Reason all day.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah, I'm on Reason.
Are you on the latest one?
Yeah. It's like whatever 8 point something.
I forget what it is now.
Yeah, me too.
Saying stupid, huh?
So I'm guessing you use Maelstrom and Thor and.
I literally only use Maelstrom. I don't use anything else.
Can you import stuff into Maelstrom, like wavetables or samples?
But I'm waiting for the day Serum releases a Maelstrom wavetable. That'd be sick.
Oh yeah.
That'd be intense. I just started using Ableton a little bit for a couple collabs that I'm doing with some friends, but outside of that, I'm literally just all Reason.
We got a couple of Reason collabs, but I'm just slacking hard.
Yeah, we started a couple tunes.
So I need to get on them.
I'm sure somebody made a Maelstrom wavetable pack, because people do that a lot, and all you have to do is, wouldn't you just have to play the oscillator by itself and then cut it?
I have no idea. Probably.
I think you could just do that.
I don't know.
You just like import it like a sound. Like into
you cut it to one cycle of the waveform, and then you just import it right into Serum. He's sick.
Madness.
Yeah.
I
got the Massive
sampler in there, the NNXT, whatever.
Yeah. There's some points
that feedback.
Just to change stuff around. I mostly just use everything in MIDI. Really used to just resampling. I just like found this like trick and Reason to making your synths like big enough to where you don't have to do anything crazy to it, like resampling wise, and then I've just been using that since.
Nice.
The Serum workflow actually introduced some new like elements into my sound design for Reason on how I do it, like using reverbs before a distortion unit as like a space dimension.
Yep. I just did that on a tune.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
There's a tune that is going to be the beginning of my next mix that I'm putting on SoundCloud, hopefully like frickin' Sunday, where it's 100% wet reverb for one of the basses, which is like kind of crazy.
I've done that one time, and it got this cool like I don't know. Is it a short reverb or a long one?
It's actually really gnarly and gross. It's kind of long.
Oh yeah.
It's not
Does it
super
not
long.
pick,
It's
like,
like maybe like 2 seconds, but
0.2.
Does
Yeah.
it not pick the timing out though? Do you have to like?
yeah, you have to move the MIDI notes to over to the side so that by the time it actually
Yeah,
comes
'cause
in,
it'll have like a slight delay before it.
Yeah.
and it's not even like a pre-delay time. It's like it envelopes a little bit, so I have to shift everything over. But that's that. What was that tune? I sent that to you. The Axe to Grind tune that I sent you. Those basses are super verby.
Yo, so as everybody's talking about technical stuff, which I don't know anything about, I'm cleaning my records, and this one goes out to Rez.
Oh yes. Old school, dude.
Yeah,
guessing
and that's
you did
like
some
every
sampling.
single thing. I'll be like, "Oh, this is sick. Where'd you get that sample from?" And every single time you're like, "Oh, it's this episode of The Twilight Zone." Go look at
It's actually a gold
this episode, this exact point.
When I saw that on Netflix, I was just like, oh, I know what I'm doing for weeks
Dude,
on it.
it's a gold mine for samples. Like
It
legit.
is.
Well, you did Life and Death with that, right?
I did. Who said that?
Me.
Oh yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've been playing that out a lot recently. Well, actually, I haven't been playing anything out a lot recently because I've been playing. But when I have been playing, I've been playing Life and Death.
My basement has been getting that tune rinsed just over and over.
No, I played it when I played it Reconstruct. I played it and I like dropped it to 130, and it's cool. Like I feel like breaks always transition. You can play breaks at any tempo and they sound right because like so many different genres have pitched them around that people hear breaks that sound way too slow and they're like, oh, that's just what it sounds like.
That's
You know what
true.
I mean? Like people are so used to breaks being resampled in so many different ways that you can play a tune with breaks in it at any tempo.
It's meant to sound like artifacty. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry to like butt in, but I just saw that record.
No.
All right, dude, yeah. It's fucking awesome.
We're chill on the Hangout show, man.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
That's a lot of 130, so that's cool. I'll have to try that out.
So you're making breaks?
Well, not to speak to his sound, but his sound like always has like those like really gritty snares and there's like yeah, there's always breaks. It's not breaks music, but there's breaks in it. I mean, you can talk about.
I can't not use breaks. I tried and I just can't not.
It's like a drumming style.
Yeah, well, I played drums since I was 6, so like I kind of have to like hear the vintage like drum kits, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you guys were talking about Jay Kenzo earlier before I got in, and I was like frantically trying to get in the chat to explain things, but I guess I missed it. But he's kind of been off of that like wobbly tip that he was doing. That I think a lot of the crossover, like the people that normally like heavier stuff that like his stuff, like his old tunes like Rotex and stuff. But he kind of moved off of that, and he was making like straight up reggae for a while. And then his most recent release was on Cosmic Bridge, and it's like old '90s like rave jungle.
DJ Mad was doing some stuff kind of like that.
Yeah, dude. You know, it's interesting. Since I've been in New York, I actually became really good friends with DJ Mad's girlfriend, and so I've been over to their house a bunch of him pretty well. All right, bro. You don't gotta go. But it's like I go to their house, they're never playing dubstep ever. It's always like playing like old garage or like two-step or drum and bass or whatever. But he never plays dubstep ever.
Well, dude, that's weird because probably one of my top 3 all-time favorite deep tunes is the original Life You Chose by DJ Mad.
Yeah.
It's so fucking gnarly, dude. Like, I can't get over that one.
Yeah, well, both that and the Distance remix.
Yeah, and the Distance one was almost like too heavy for me, to be honest. Like, not to sound like a softie, but it was almost like too hard. I was just like, damn, it's so dark. It's so dark. I like the first one better, but it's still really sick.
No, I like them both. That's one of the first like physical records I ever bought. Was that one?
Yeah.
Or the Distance remix, and then I had the original on the flip.
Nice.
There's probably a lot of deep tunes that I miss out on just because they don't come out digital, right? Is that safe to say, or? Yeah,
definitely. And I think the opposite goes that I actually mostly just pay attention to what comes out on vinyl and then like what gets sent to me. So I'm missing a lot. Like you guys were talking about Biome and Thelum and, you know, all these people that I was listening to a few years ago, but they're not really focusing on vinyl releases anymore, and they're not sending me dubs, so I have no idea what they're up to. Like, I only keep up on the records because it's just so much. Like, there's so much music going on.
Yeah,
there is,
and that's cool that like the deep scene is actually at a point now where there's that much going on.
I feel like there's kind of a resurgence. We talked about this, a resurgence of kind of deep music, because there was like, you know, I think this last year, 2015, there was a resurgence of like rhythm, heavy tunes, and I feel like there's like a deep vibe hitting a lot of people right now that they're really into. And I don't know if it's reactionary or if it's just because all the EDM pop people left and we're just like, oh, this is cool. Like, I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts?
I feel like.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like the subgenres of like dubstep and stuff get popular as a generation gets older. Like all the young kids love bro step, all that like loud obnoxious shit, and then they get older and older, then they like the deeper and deeper stuff that's more like on the subby, you know, frequency range, and they like kind of fall
more and more hipster, and they like want to go back and find the origins, you know,
roots. That's what I'm saying.
It's not just hipster though. It's, I mean, everybody as they get older chills out too. You know, that's just a thing.
It's an age thing, I think, because like San Francisco was like all about dubstep at one point. Like Wobbleland came out 2011, and everything started to pop off. Everybody was trying to go to dubstep shows, like big, you know, like Excision type music. And now San Francisco has just turned into like underground, groggy, like deep house or like deep dubstep shit. Like Deep, Dark, and Dangerous came out here. They have like a weekly here now, so it kind of devolved back to the sub frequency stuff.
What I think is interesting is I sort of see the deep scene in like two different veins. There's like, and I don't really know how to describe it. In like, I always feel like I sound rude when I talk about it. That it's like there's like the real deep scene, and then there's like the crossover deep scene of people that are mostly into like tear out whatever, like really techie sound designy stuff. And a lot of what that I think a lot of that is people that are just going back to like the kind of 2012 era. And hearing like old Cryptic Minds and Biome and things like that, and like, but that's been around for a while, and I think it's not necessarily a resurgence. It's just people are just now catching on to that. Whereas like the people that are fully up on deep music, not people that dabble in it on the side, but people that are just like, you know, live and breathe deep music, like I've kind of come to, they're like past that. They were doing that a couple years ago, and like now, like how many people here are listening to like Gantz and Mala and Khan and Neek and stuff like that?
Yeah,
like not many people, but in the deep scene, that is like the forefront of like what's happening right now. And Malleus and Solly and all those other people that aren't using like these big serum patches and are more about like off-kilter hi-hats and like a little subline. And so there is a resurgence, but I feel like what we're seeing more in this community is like actually just people going back and listening to like old LX1 and being like, oh shit, I didn't even know this existed.
I hate to admit it, that's kind of me.
Yeah, man. And but that's cool. That's one of the things I like about your sound. And I've like talked to people is like, there's some people that I think are just oblivious to like where they are in the history of it. But then there's other people like yourself where it's just, you're just doing your thing. Like, that really sound designy, I don't know how else to describe it, like synthy, gritty sound has sort of moved on, but you're still just doing your thing. You know, you listen, I know you just listen to Deftones and Datsik all the time, and like
Deftones and Datsik, that sounds like a great mashup album.
Right?
Yeah. 24/7, man.
Yeah, it's cool when people are just stuck on that sound that they love versus people that are just like trying to trend hop and are behind.
Yeah.
And you're definitely not on. You just like what you like.
A lot of that, yeah. That kind of bums me out. I see that a lot where it's like whatever's the hot shit, you know.
Everybody literally went to like deep house production wise. Like 6 of my friends who were making trap, dubstep, and like bait, like 140 stuff are all like serum deep house producers now. Like
it's like one thing to be influenced, and it's another to, you know, ride a wave, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you're inspired by something, go for it and make it, you know? But like, I can see you making some noise, like not really worth it music out of that if it's not really part of your passion, you know?
I mean, if you're not about it, you're not about it. You can't force that out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You can hear when it sounds forced though.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
It's pretty obvious.
Yo, Kevin, as I dig further through my records, and Andrew for that matter, this is the dub plate for Santa Muerte.
Yes.
The other side is Malfunction.
Very nice. Dude, that's still my favorite tune of yours, Santa Muerte.
The vocal or the instrumental?
The instrumental, to be honest, but I like the vocal too, but I'm just so used to the instrumental.
Yeah, no, it's cool. The vocal like really pops it up, but, like that's when people started caring about that tune.
I mean, that's just life in general. It's like, oh, when I put a vocal on my tune, people cared about it. That's just a reality.
Yeah.
This is that Life You Chose record I was talking about too. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm just like.
So I already know that we need to get Jonah Freed, we need to get David and Derek Dub Rebellion on one Skype call, and I'm just gonna hands off let them talk about vinyl for like 4 hours.
Oh, is he all into vinyl too?
That's what it reminded me of.
I didn't know Derek was into vinyl.
He's a recent convert, and it's like his fascination. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
He just does it to look cool.
That's the only reason I do it, to be honest. It's like.
Well, it's cool to have like a hard copy of something. I always like CDs. Like even when bands try to digitally release them, I want the CD, man. I like hard copy.
Yeah.
Nothing sounds as good as vinyl though, at all.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's always.
I wouldn't know. I don't even have a record player. I don't know.
Vinyl's just got that sound to it.
Yeah, I mean, it works differently for different things. Oh, you know what? One I grabbed recently that made me think of you, Melvin, was the Specials Ghost Town. I got like the little 7-inch. Made me think. I used to rinse that tune all the time.
I'm surprised I haven't been sued, to be honest.
No, man, people are still remixing that tune. I saw a remix of that tune like last week.
Yeah, that Sick messaged me like the other week just saying about that tune. Like he used to rinse it.
Yeah, I remember. I heard it in Excision's like, you know. Shambhala.
Yeah. I think it was it in that as well.
Or something.
I went really low with like the bass notes as well, like maybe a little bit too low than you should have. Just pushed the sub like right down.
In there.
But it sort of worked.
B below C.
Yeah.
So Siskiyou is in the chat, and he said, Mel, the reason vinyl sounds better is because it's got a different master. And I will say that is true. It's less compressed. It's rolled off highs, from what I understand. But when I was mixing vinyl at David's house, I realized that part of the vinyl experience is pace. And so when you're mixing those tunes, especially if you suck at mixing vinyl, which I really was rusty, you have to listen to the whole freaking tune before you're ready to bring in the next tune. And it kind of makes you appreciate the song more, which kind of adds to the experience. When I'm mixing Jump Up, a song's in there for like 7.5 seconds before I'm into the next one. So it's also just like an entirely different experience.
Yeah, even if you listen to my mixes now, like I don't play vinyl nearly as much as I was like a year ago, just because it's so expensive to cut dubs, and like I want to play as much exclusive stuff as possible. But even if you listen to my mixes now, even my digital mixes, I move quicker because I'm normally mixing vinyl, and then I like have the quick agility of being on USBs. But I still ride all my mixes out for like 2.5 minutes. Like, you know, I try to blend everything because you get used to having all of your tunes play out for like 3 or 4 minutes rather than 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm impatient when I mix though. I just like to slam them in.
I think that's the thing with vinyl, though, is it stops you from being impatient because it's like takes so much longer anyway.
But that's why I wouldn't want to mix anything but 4-deck vinyl with like drum and bass, because like, I mean, some of these Jump Up tunes, and I love the genre so much, but it's like it's not meant to be rinsed, because it's kind of like, here's my idea and I'm done. Like that's it. You know, they weren't doing a through idea, which I'm cool with, because it's like everybody knows the expectation. Like even with these like the more aggressive dubstep tunes, it's just kind of like, hey, this first 16's really good, the second 16's pretty good, and then the rest is kind of like the same.
We know nobody ever gets to the second drop anyway.
Yeah, so I think we've all been there where you like accidentally listen to the second drop one day and you're like, whoa, there's something different here.
Well, dude, I always go like very out of my way to make the second drop as different from the first as I can. I love doing that, yeah. And
that's
it bums me out that like when on SoundCloud and shit, like you'll see like a fat bulk of comments on the first half, and then there's just like blank space for the rest of the song. Like, even on like the biggest, like sickest songs, I'm like, oh shit, man.
Yeah, but that's also just people post clips and then they post the full track after.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Sometimes I upload like the second drop instead of the first.
Well, like,
I think
it's like a conversation I had with Vasky a while ago where he said Beatport ruined the second drop. And I agree with him because your preview gives you the first drop, or no, your preview gives you the second drop usually in a dubstep tune. So you want your hype drop to be the second drop for Beatport, but the first drop for DJs. So you copy paste. And I was like, oh, you are so true. That's so right.
I find myself.
They start it on the breakdown and then it goes to the second drop.
Right. Yeah, I wish it was like track it down, you know, where you could skip around and it was just lower quality. Like that's super helpful.
That's quite good though, because like if you listen to it on SoundCloud and you only hear like the first drop, and then you go on Beatport and you hear the second, and you're like, "Whoa, that's like a completely different."
Yo, I've literally, I shouldn't even be admitting this. Like, I'm gonna get like shunned from the dubstep community, but one time, I made a rip, and I grabbed the first drop from SoundCloud and the second drop from Beatport, and I was able to make like a playable.
Did you really?
Dude,
yeah. But I never was gonna put it up or sell it or give it to anybody. I just wanted to play it so bad that night.
Did it have a Dub Rebellion watermark on it?
There's this Artronics tune called Shifted, which the record is like right there, but I don't want to grab it. But it's been around for like 3 years, and Taylor from Mantis, when he was like getting into deep music, him and I would chat all the time, and he sent me a version that he did that was like 5 different mix cuts made into this and I played it because apparently Artronics wouldn't even send it to them because he's like a deep dude that he's like, who the fuck is Mantis? And so it just finally came out on what is it, Duplock? Yeah, it's their first vinyl release. But the tune's been around for like 2.5 years, and I remember trying to play this like mix cut like
Frankenstein tune.
Yeah. and like every time it just sounded like shit when I tried to play it live. Like you would just hear all of the levels would drop. Like it was
one of them would be like downsampled a little bit.
Exactly. Like,
that's so funny. I remember those days because like back when I started DJing, a lot of the people around me were doing YouTube rips of tunes because like we were all trying to play dubs and like there's this one guy in particular who played a lot of YouTube rips, and I could just hear it, like, as a producer. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, we've cut out at 16K now. Our high end is gone.
This is the early days of Amplitude, right?
Yeah, dude. No, Tuesday's downtime before Amplitude.
Yeah, man. Those were the days when I couldn't go to shows.
OG. That's freaking amazing. That's a good admission right there for Thursday Hangout.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, so some people say that like the crowd wouldn't be able to understand or like tell the difference between a YouTube rip and a regular tune. And even if they can't, I feel like I would argue there's a bit of a emotional difference in the response where
it definitely sounds less like lower quality than a tune would, a YouTube rip.
And I'm not playing out waves, but still.
Yeah.
I play almost exclusively waves, and like Kevin knows this because when he sends me tunes, I ask him for the waves.
I always have to go fucking re-export it every time.
But dude, it sounds so much when you get it on like a proper system. It sounds so much better, and I think most people don't realize it innately. Like they don't go to a concert and hear someone playing waves or hear somebody playing like shitty MP3s and think like, wow, that sounded really good or that sounded really bad. But the next morning they think about the night before and they can tell something. It's like when you go to a venue with bad sound. Most normal people can't tell that the sound is bad, but they can tell something is bad. And then they're like, oh, I'm just not going to go to that venue anymore. Like something about that wasn't fun.
It's like a subconscious decision that you make.
Exactly. I think people are aware of it. They just don't know how to verbalize it or like actually pinpoint what it is that they didn't like. And also, if you start playing like YouTube rips because you don't think the crowd will notice, if you start doing everything based on what the crowd is going to notice, you're going to have the most stagnant scene of all time.
Pretty much.
You know, like so much of what we get is just producers trying to one up each other, not for an audience.
Mm-hmm.
I realized the other day that I've been exporting everything at like 128.
No.
Like everything. I don't know when I switched that, but I don't know how long it's been. I've been doing that.
When you update FL, it automatically goes to 128 for some dumb reason. You know, you can also export it, I think, 8 kilobytes per second. So that's worth a try sometime if you want it to sound like even worse than LimeWire.
Put the big structure on it. Yeah.
That's a throwback.
Sorry, Morpheus.
Damn. Aries.
Aries. I didn't do Aries.
Old school one.
There's Frostwire too.
I mean, aren't people still on Demonoid? Is that a thing? Oh, hey, Johnny Foreplay's calling. Oh no. Son of a.
Oh no, shit. I didn't mean to take you out of the call.
Welcome to the Johnny Foreplay show, everybody.
Wait, did that mess up the whole stream too?
No, I just gotta go call everybody back now.
Well, hey guys.
You're Ian, right?
Yeah.
I thought he was you. It was right when I like first like known about this stream and stuff. So I was like, dude, I thought you were British. He's like, no, dude.
He's a lot more American.
Best jokes.
You guys weren't a part of the Johnny Foreplay show that just happened.
Sorry, guys.
Because he was calling and I accidentally answered because I thought I would add him, but it was just me and him, so I rolled with it.
Andrew, sorry, I saw his chat and then I saw that you were trying to do something and you screwed it all up and I was like, hey, I randomly saw your thing even though I wasn't here, but I'll add you to the call real quick. And then you just oh man.
Thanks,
that was funny
thanks
stuff.
for tech support, James.
Tech support completed. All right, I gotta go back to doing stuff.
He's listening. He's listening. Stop spying on us.
Watch James forget to mute his mic and it gets real awkward in the call.
No, it's muted, but I can make it awkward if you like.
Gets a bit squelchy.
That's official, man.
Hey, we got a lot of the mixture artists here right now.
Yep.
Hey, yeah,
Jack was
true.
on that.
Yep.
What's up, Jack?
What's up, fam? How you doing?
The whole call was on Prime.
Damn.
What have you guys talked about so far? What's been going on?
Where did it all go wrong?
I told him I thought you were British at Infrasound.
You thought I was British?
He thought you was me.
Remember that at Infrasound during Suboxide said, I'm like, dude, aren't you British? You're like, do I sound British?
I wish, Ian, you should come to Infrasound. It's just expensive.
Oh yeah. anyone want to lend me $2,000 forever?
Yeah, they got like sex dungeons and shit. It's all good. Like,
not anymore. They've moved the camp.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
It's just trees now.
I remember having a conversation. I looked over. I was like, "What the?" I was like, "Oh, all right. Do you thing? Do you thing?"
The one year I'm not going is the one year I don't have to see like gross naked people because it's never the good looking people that go nude at.
It's the truth, man.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna miss like cheering for the first guy who strips like in midday and runs into the water, because like I feel like I was always there when like the first person would be like, "I'm going in, it's warm," and we're all like, "Yeah, you go, buddy."
Yeah. So American.
A little bit.
Seriously, it is. It is. Yeah, I hear Santa Cruz festivals, everyone's naked. All these burner festivals around here, everybody literally gets naked. That's like the thing to do.
Seriously?
I need
sound. It's not like everybody gets naked. It's like a handful of people.
Well, Santa like festivals out here, people get weird. That's why I don't go to them. I'm like, I'm cool. try to avoid that shit.
I want to see
like
the weirdest, most
I go to Wobbleland.
Surrealist shit ever.
Yeah.
I just heard Wobbleland and Surrealist.
I just go to like dubstep shows out here, and then that's it. I try to avoid all the local festivals here. Nothing too interesting.
Grievous says there was a legit march of nudists and they stormed the beach. Oh gosh. Well, what do you do? Because you're like, I'm not gonna form a wall. I don't want to touch any of these people.
Yeah, me and Grievous were at Infrasound together. We had like a little crew that was down there. Suboxide. Me and Suboxide drove up there.
Is this like a later in the year one? Like, because I must not have been there.
Yeah, it was in October.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah. It was like Cone Sound, Liquid Stranger. They were like the headliners. Mm-hmm. The Grays was there. That was cool to meet them or to meet Jen.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people I wish I could have seen. I was in school though. Are you gonna be at this one or no? Or the one coming up?
Me?
Yeah.
I want to. I just $200 is not in my.
I feel
my bank.
Still supposed to be a phase 2. Try to get on that.
Is that in Washington?
It's in Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Hey Jack, aren't you playing?
Wisconsin.
What's that?
Aren't you playing this time?
Yeah, I'm playing. Yep.
Nice.
Recently, I've been like sending Alex dubs, and I've been like, yo, check this out. Maybe you'll dig it. And I'll talk to him a little bit about some other things. Then I'll sprinkle it and be like, so what's going on with Infrasound? Is there any chance?
And then does he stop replying to you after you bring up Infrasound?
Like just right that second, he's out.
Typical Alex conversation. That's always how it works.
Typical Alex is just to not respond to you at all.
That's
Recently,
right.
I'm actually having good conversations with him just up until that point.
Yeah. He always hits me up about some other stuff to like get my opinion on like things that he should do or whatever, and we have these long conversations about it, and then as soon as I bring something else up, he just stops responding. Which is usually
in summer when he was trying to do more deep shows, and he asked me like, oh, do you think he like hit me? George and I were at Chiang Mai or at Chino, and he hit me up like, yo, should I bring tonnage? And he had just brought 7 like 2 weeks before. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, dude, you should do it. And we talked about all the logistics, and I was like, so who do you want for support? And like, gone. It's a ghost.
Is it? Did you say it's tonnage? Oh, it said tunage. Oh,
tunage.
What did you say wrong?
I met him because I ended up playing the show, and I've been embarrassing myself if in front of him if he's tunage. Wouldn't it be tunage if it was one end, but it's 2?
Shit.
Tonnage.
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh no, possibly.
I wish we could just prank call these people right now. Be like, well, let's get him on the call. Hey. Next
Could
time.
be right,
Soon.
actually. It probably is tonnage.
We're gonna have that power soon. We're gonna
I
Facebook call
can
people.
get confirmation. I just don't care that much.
How are you cleaning that vinyl? Have you got a special thing, or is it just like a wet cloth or something? I thought you'd have one of them, and then you like, has it got like foam in it?
Yeah, you know, I just got this East Flatbush, like this old hip hop record, Madman's Dream, and it was skipping, and I was like, man, I gotta clean this. But you have to fill this whole thing up with like 3 caps of fluid and a bunch of water. So whenever I do, I always have one record that needs cleaned, and then I just clean a bunch of them because I already set the whole thing up. So.
Well, Dad's reggae collection, he's so old school, he'll just like spit on a hanky and just start like cleaning them.
Right, that's
Proper
how you get
like,
that. Yeah. And that's why vinyl sounds better, man.
Yeah.
Because you could only the bass by the end of it after 10 years. You rubbed everything else.
128.
What did you just get?
I got a new record in the mail just now.
What one?
It's a scratch vinyl. It's Super Seal in the 4th Dimension. Because I'm getting back into scratching again, so I figured I'd get a nice...
Nice, dude. I'm obsessed with scratching, but I can't do it.
It's tough to learn. It takes so much practice. I mean, it's not tough to learn, I guess, but it's like the practice to get the
of it,
and everything is just...
Yeah, I feel like I know so many people that know about scratching, like know all the techniques of scratching, and are really, really, really not good at scratching.
Right. That's where I'm at.
Right.
I know like all the combos and like things you can do. I just can't do them because my hands are not dexterous enough.
They understand all of it, and they know the names for things, and like, but just can't do it.
I got a lot of scratching. If you can drum, like Kevin, don't you drum?
Yeah.
If you can do that, you can probably do like the doubles and everything. Like on scratch.
Oh, I got like the beat catching comes like really easily because of the rhythm like all my life, you know. But like, and I'm sure that the technique, because it's kind of it's kind of like percussive almost, like the actual like act of it. So I could probably, I just don't have a way to practice.
Yeah.
I don't
You'd like Serato or something.
I'm just lazy.
Yeah, I have this like, I have this 10 gig like pack of DJ Qbert tutorials, and I've had it for like since the day I bought my 1200s, and I don't know if I've ever watched a single one.
10 gigs. 10 gigs.
I have 10 gigs of P90X videos sitting in my torrent folder that I've never done.
I thought that's what was coming in that Amazon package right now. That are like proactive or some shit.
Cyflor asked what makes a certain vinyl scratch. It's so Jack bought something that's just a bunch of cuts of different sounds, right?
Yeah, so basically what it is, I guess I could, maybe you can see it if I take
It's all Biggie vocals.
It's
the rhythm
it's
pack.
a bunch of samples, like
just
one-off samples of sounds that you can scratch. But the way that this one works, and the way that a lot of like the better scratch records work, the ones that I like, I guess you won't be able to see it.
Dude, I got you guys the one.
Oh, here, you can see it actually.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you
That's
see?
sick.
Is it the grooves, like the actual?
Do you see how many different, like,
so
if you play
big.
vinyl, you know, like the
Yeah,
lines or distinctions
Yeah, it's the
between
different
tracks,
grooves.
you know what I'm saying? So, like, instead of having different tracks, though, they're like loops, and the way that they're looped is they're cut so, like, if your needle skips anywhere within each one of the track zones, it'll still be on the same sample. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've got it set up so that if you're scratching and you're like really going in, if your needle bumps to the side, you're still going to be locked into the same sample because it plays at the same. Like if it's at like 3 o'clock on the record here, it's always going to play at 3 o'clock on the record, that same sample over and over again in that track.
So you ever put
seriously?
stickers on it for cue points, so you know where to start from.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that.
Yep.
Yeah. So I just
And
got
then
this one in Boston recently. That's all like it's all quotes from gangster movies.
It's legit.
I was
Nice.
listening to it's just like it starts with like The Godfather and goes to Scarface, then goes to Casino and like
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
Legit.
Beatport Sounds to Sample were selling a bunch of pretty legit scratch packs for a while. I bought a couple of those just to practice, but
I mean as
just saw-
legit as you can go with digital scratch packs.
yeah.
Just saw a
And
really
as good as I am
interesting
at scratching.
in the Serum Power Users group on Facebook, someone posted a video of how they loaded a sample into the Serum the wavetable thing, and they created a wavetable out of the sample that would play the sample when you would sweep the knob back and forth, and then they used that and then volume automation to recreate scratching.
Jeez.
Like in Serum, you know what I'm saying?
That's
the volume
crazy.
automation was the fader clicks, and then the wavetable back and forth was the hand motions. It was nuts.
That's kind of sick. FL has a really legit fake scratching thing that I've used before. Just if you want to do like a fake scratch thing before a drop. Yeah, the scratcher.
Yeah,
I
I've used it.
once, I think, but it was legit.
Yeah, I usually when I have a lot of scratching in like a lot of tunes, and I usually just will like either borrow a friend's CDJ or I'll use like D-Blue Glitch or that Fruity Scratcher and like chop it up and kind of like manually do it. So it's kind of cheating, but it sounds cool. So.
But you know, as a producer, you know what sound you want already in your head, so you're just trying to get that out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and also it's not like anybody's listening to your tunes and being like, "Oh man, Rez is so sick with scratching."
Yeah, just for a little bit of effect. It's not like my my thing.
You're like, no, I do that part live, actually.
If you were doing that and putting out DJ mixes and being like DJ
Right.
T-Rez,
Well, I've seen when I do it when I play those tracks though. I've seen live when people like all of a sudden they'll like look like they'll kind of like check. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, no, it's not me. I'll just put my hands up like, look, it's not me. Like I'm not gonna be.
You're doing body tricks. That's how good you are at scratching.
Yeah, I'm like the Christina Aguilera of scratching. You know, I just like put my hands around.
No
Like,
hands.
Good lord.
That's amazing because it's opposite, essentially, of like fake DJs to the point of where you're paranoid about people worrying that you're faking scratching, that you put your hands up and they're just kind of like, I'm gonna turn knobs for an hour while I'm drinking Goose so that people think I'm DJing. That's hilarious.
Man, I actually finally ran into that like firsthand recently, and at least Jack knows this person, and I'm not gonna say their name, but they were playing in Manhattan recently, and I had heard
friends right now.
Sorry,
I said going to mutual friends right now.
I had heard them play before, and they were like really, really like astoundingly bad, and they were playing in Manhattan, and their set was really, really good, and I was like, oh, this is weird. Like maybe they just pre-planned it this time. They were having a bad night. They were drunk last time. And then as I was leaving, the promoter who knows me was like, yo, like go up to the booth right now, because there's like they're making lots of movements, but there's nothing moving on the screen. And I don't know, it was my first time like actually seeing it firsthand. I went up and looked at the screen, and like it was
well, they weren't doing it.
Yeah, but it was weird. It's just like it's a small local show, you know. It's not even like they were headlining Coachella and needed everything to be like perfect.
Right.
Can you drop a comment in the Skype chat so we know who you're on about?
No, I don't want to give.
Is this like suicide in the UK? Because like it happens in the US a lot.
What does?
We don't do it in the UK. I don't know.
No.
I think it's weirder to me because I've been so removed from like the whole like kind of commercial tear out scene for a long time, and that's where it happens. Like, there's no point faking being a deep DJ because you're not going to make any money either way.
I don't think
it's been done in the UK at all.
As far as I
think
know,
it's like
I've
a
never
Milli Vanilli thing.
I don't think pre-recorded sets happen as often as people think they do, though. Because
I've haven't seen a lot of it.
I'm part of a company in the Bay Area that throws a lot of big acts come through, and I've only seen one pre-recorded set out of all of them, and it was like a house DJ that doesn't even matter anymore. So it's like
I saw
Cruella too. They had a pre-recorded set. They actually forgot to turn on one of the CDJs, and they were acting like they're using all 3 channels. We're all just standing.
Can you imagine standing up?
That's funny because who was the guy that was in Cruella that got kicked out?
Rain Man.
He was just here and he killed it. I saw him playing.
But he actually produces and shit and DJs, and they're
he was really good. I don't even like that kind of music. I don't like that bro step. You know what I mean? But like, I was like, dude, this is really good. It was
I was actually happy. I was happy when that split up happened, because I'm like, you can actually see who's like the actual musician / DJs slash just like an act, you know, that they're like, oh, like I mean, they sell well because they're attractive girls, you know, and they're like, oh my god, it's so hot, they're DJs. And that's about as far as it goes.
Here comes James.
Here he is. Is Cruella still a thing? I haven't even heard them anymore.
Yeah, they bought a new ghost producer. I can't remember who it was, but they have somebody producing new tracks for them.
Oh, okay.
And then they tried to go and talk about it like, we don't have a ghost producer. Like, really? It's like pretty well known knowledge.
I don't understand it.
I don't see why they can't just. Don't they sing or something? Like, what do they?
Yeah, they sing, and like.
Why don't they just have that be knowledge? Someone makes their tracks and they sing on them.
That's like all the whole pop scene. Like,
why don't they just have ambition and accomplishments?
This is what like really
can't feel proud of it. Surely.
This is what really bothers me with like
button.
Hit the what?
The applause button.
I did, but I've been meaning to have. I'm gonna look it up right now while you guys are talking. I've been meaning to have this like empowerment music that's like strings and symphony that slowly fades in. It's like when someone grandstands or someone says something, I could just slowly fade in like an anthem.
Hey, we're streaming, by the way. Right.
We are.
This is what like bothers me with people like Cruella, and the person that I was talking about in New York was also a female DJ. And so that really narrows it down. So now everyone's going to figure it out. But
I already know what you're talking about.
It was John. Sorry.
But like, what really bothers me is, you know, it's even though people say that if you're like hot girls and you make electronic music, it's like an easy pass. Like, it is really tough to be a woman in electronic music. The way it is tough to be a woman doing.
There's 2 different paths for that, though. I think there's actually like the musical girls, the girls do music. Then there's the act that people see and they're like, we can make money off this. Let's fund it.
I would say it's tough to be an artist if you're a woman in electronic music, but it's easy to be
a gimmick.
An object.
Well, dude, there's a girl named Rez. There's a Rez with 2 Z's, and it's a 20-year-old girl or something.
She's good. She's
good, yeah.
Really sick
But
stuff.
dude, like, it sucks for me. I see her name on like all kinds of festivals. I'm like, damn, there's no way they put 2 Rezes on that, you know.
One seat away, dude.
I had it first though, and I almost thought like we could do like a Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man type thing, you know, like maybe collab or something.
Hey girl, I heard you have a name that's similar to mine. How's about you and me make an unrelated tune?
She's on Ausla.
We gotta make it happen.
Yeah, Ausla. So there goes my Ausla shot too.
What I was meaning though is like it's already so tough, and then you have like women that are cheating and playing pre-recorded sets, and this particular person thinks they're like a feminist and like pushing women in the scene, and it's like you're actually making it more difficult because every time a woman plays a pre-recorded set, people like us start to like further that sort of presumption that like, oh, all women are fake DJs.
Doubt the rest of them.
True that.
Yeah.
There are some decent like female DJs as well, so they're sort of like undoing their good work really.
Yeah, exactly. Because now you see that one time, and like it's hard not to take that and like get a bias against female.
Yeah.
Like you're reinforcing the stereotypes that are already in place.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like that stereotype goes for anyone with over like 500,000 followers on Facebook. You're like, oh, they're playing a set, it must be pre-recorded. Like,
right.
I feel like it doesn't just go for girls now. I feel like it just goes for any big hyped up act.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but no, I totally get what you're saying though. There's definitely like a biased opinion on females in the electronic music scene for sure.
Yeah, and you know, I really
especially if they're attractive too. If they're attractive, it's like everyone's instantly thinking that it's just a gimmick, it's just an act. You know, it's not.
And I really loathe the people that are actually doing that because they're making it so hard for everybody else. Like they're making it more difficult. They think they're making it better by getting more women involved in the scene, but.
It saturates. It's saturation. It's unhealthy saturation.
Pull in the strings. I'm going on my soapbox. Come on, Andrew.
Sorry, can you guys hear the music that I'm playing?
No.
Apparently the stream can't. I'm like clicking through music, and they're like, "Oh, hey, that's from South Park: Stick of Truth." I was like, "Ah, crap! You can hear that."
Wow.
I'm looking through
Did you actually play that game, Andrew?
I watched a playthrough because it's 2016. I don't play games. I watch games.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a game that's mostly based on story and not on like skill or anything. I pretty much just watch someone play it.
That game was really fun to watch. It was like a good episode of South Park.
It was really fun to play too.
We should get into that. Freaking games. I'm ready for this conversation. Women in the industry, I mean, like that's really important to talk about, but video games? Come on.
Video games is my inspiration for, I'd say, like 90% of music I create at all.
Really?
What games are people playing? What are you guys playing?
Yeah, I just got.
Wait, he was just saying something cool. Continue, Kevin.
Go on mute, James. Get out of here.
Nothing more to it. I play. I don't care about the newest, hottest shit. I play PlayStation 1.
Yeah, 5.
Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, all that shit.
Yeah. I got all the Resident Evils, all the Silent Hills.
Nice.
Metal Gear Solid, so that's a must.
I was playing Destruction Derby 2 and Tomb Raider the other day. PS1.
Ooh, Tomb Raider, that's my go-to. Yep.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider 2 is my favorite game of all time.
I had to get
music there.
Yep. Well, I've sampled some of it before. But...
And I've been going back to Zelda on the N64 as well.
This is what I was banging out the other day.
Nice.
Oh yeah, car park as well, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, man, original.
When you first put that game on, you have to do like a little test and that you have to go like
I could never beat that shit.
180.
First time. Figure eights or whatever, all that shit.
Yeah.
It took me about 2 days to do it. Ian did it like first go.
Hey Mel, don't you have Cool Borders 3 or something?
Oh my days, I remember that.
Yeah, I've got on the N64, I think.
Yeah, dude. Love that one.
I preferred 1080.
Oh, I remember 1080.
Cool Borders?
1080 was sick.
I liked Snowboard Kids. That was
fun.
Oh yeah,
that was my snowboarding game.
I mean, like 1080 was like the cool one where you're trying to be cool and do tricks, and then Snowboard Kids was like the fun one with a story.
Yeah.
Yeah. The music, the soundtrack to that game is like heartwarming. I'll listen to that whenever I'm feeling nostalgic.
Hey!
Hey, name drop.
Drop.
Yeah,
No, I've been doing recently though. I got a Pinterest account because I realized
converted.
that you can use Pinterest for cool things. So I've been because typically what I would do a lot was play a video game really heavily to like try to get the vibe. I don't know if this happens to you guys too, but when I play a video game a lot, I kind of just start thinking like I'm in that game, like even when I'm not playing it. So everything I see kind of relates to the game because I'll play it for like 10 hours a day or whatever. So like I try to get really immersed in a game when I'm writing a certain kind of tune because I want to like carry that vibe over or whatever. But I don't have time to play a lot of video games anymore. So I got a Pinterest so I could start like getting art together that I could look at for inspiration when I'm making tunes. And just like, so I've got like a bunch of like dark, surrealist, futuristic, like cyber landscapes or whatever to just like, oh, I'm going to look at that and make a tune that sounds like
the soundtrack of that picture. Yeah.
I think we're growing up.
Colorado Jack is DMVU.
Huh?
Do you know DMVU?
I don't know him yet, but I've seen him play and I like his tunes a lot. So
yeah, he does that a lot. He's always posting like a picture of a field and then it'll be some sappy hip hop beat and be like, I made this for this photo.
Really?
He has sick tunes, but he does that as well.
That's tight. That's cool. Yeah, it makes sense, dude. His music's really it's refreshing. You know what I mean?
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, that one's a good one too.
Everyone loved that one.
Yeah.
Right here.
I figured out the
I think
song.
it was. What was the Crash Bandicoot? It was like the newer one for.
Isn't there like a new game being made or some shit, or like a movie or something?
I just saw the new.
I saw the post.
Something Crash Bandicoot happening.
The original.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian, you tagged me in that thing, didn't you? Someone remade like the tune or whatever.
Oh yeah. The percussion was brilliant.
Yeah, it's like yesterday or something.
You know what game had one of the sickest soundtracks of all time though? Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sick
Yeah,
sound.
Yes.
I believe that was the first game to use sound that changed based on environment.
Really?
So it would have reverb in caves, and then underwater it would go to a different version of the soundtrack where it was all marimbas and stuff. And then you come back out, and it was the full thing.
You are actually right, yeah. I've got it on the N64.
Oh.
Such a sick game.
I was listening to Bomberman Hero soundtrack the other day. That one's really good. It's all
drum and
junk.
bass.
Yeah.
Bomberman's sick. That game was dope on Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
That was the one.
You have to have friends to play Bomberman.
It's great.
But Bomberman 64 had that sweet campaign mode. That was really fun.
Yeah. The Bombermans for 64 were all adventure games.
It's kind of hard.
Mel, did you play that Diddy Kong Racing?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got
Another
that.
amazing soundtrack.
Trust me.
I'm the best at that game. Yes.
Yeah, dude.
I used to hate
that stupid elephant that comes down. Do you know what I mean?
I used to hate
The
the
Indian
hovercraft.
elephant? He's Indian.
Always,
right?
always in the way,
Oh my
wasn't he?
god.
The
Here we go.
hovercraft.
I cannot remember his name.
I don't know, but he always wanted the race or something. He was just always in your face when he's like, not now, mate.
That's what I said when I was younger. I should have this freaking Diddy Kong Racing soundtrack. I'm looking through my soundtracks right now, and I don't have Diddy Kong Racing. Are you kidding me?
Oh wait,
Wow.
that just probably created reverb and madness.
I was gonna
I will
say,
say,
so like,
like-
I'm not like participating in this conversation because I'm looking for songs right now, but also I don't need to because it's like, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube.
I can guarantee that if we was playing Mario Kart or Street Fighter 2,
There's the link, Andrew.
I can even
In
beat
the
like Chinese
Skype
kids.
chat.
at them
Play
games.
play the Diddy Kong Racing soundtrack in the background of the stream. It would
I'm just gonna download it quick.
really set the vibe.
Melbourne.
Little bit racist, you know what I mean?
Andrew, have
True.
you?
I'm glad I missed it because I would have been
That
triggered.
seems to be into Nintendo. Have you played Kirby Triple Deluxe? I know you have a 3DS.
Yes, I loved it.
Cool. I got it the other day because I'm going to Boston tomorrow. I got to take a bus, so I was like, I got to get a new game. So
It's a good game. It's a little short, but it's like super charming the entire freaking time.
yeah,
Yeah, it's really good. I think we should start. We should
DS.
start a new section of Thursday Hangout called "Name That Video Game Track." Are you ready?
I like that.
All right, here we go. First one to get it. First one to get it gets an air horn sound.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
007.
Good GoldenEye.
Yeah, but which song?
The Facility.
Oh wow, the actual song? What the hell?
No,
That's a little too specific.
it's not The Facility.
Oh, now I'm looking it up. I'm looking up the
I just know
soundtrack.
GoldenEye N64. I don't know what.
The K.
It's the one you posted a while ago. I know what
This
it
song
is.
so good.
Yo,
The Temple. The Temple.
Nope. The Temple is the one I
What?
did post though.
The water wall or
Yeah,
the...
this is the boat one, the frigate.
Oh man.
Well done. Well done.
That's the
Trevian.
Where's his air horn?
It's I have to hold up a different thing. There you go. One air horn. I'm gonna do one more GoldenEye level before I find something else.
That's too specific a level.
All right. I mean, this is tough. Okay, this is not for chumps. This is a. There you go.
Do you remember the last level with Baron Samedi and he used to go, whoa, scare the crap out of you?
Dude. That was freaking scary.
Yeah, and he used to literally jump out and you like. Jump.
This actually is probably way too hard.
Jump.
I feel like it's perfect.
I feel
ring a
like
bell.
it's quite far on in the game.
Mm-hmm. I don't think this is a multiplayer map. It said this is the Aztec Complex. Yeah, that's not one of the more memorable ones. I couldn't find Facility because these track names are super freaking long.
We should do a retro Thursday.
That would be so sick. I'm all about
Everybody
it,
has to
obviously.
Skype it.
We have to pull all the old games out to like research all the music.
Oh god.
Oh, wait, I got one. All right, so people who are into video game music will know this one.
Is it Mario
chat.
Underwater?
Nope. It's on a
Why
lot
do I
of like
recognize
top 100 video game songs lists.
Is this a Game Boy?
That
I
Pokemon.
recognise it.
That Pokemon.
Nope. This is DuckTales for the Super Nintendo.
Oh shit.
And it's the moon.
I've
Yeah.
never
I've got
played
it on the
DuckTales.
NES.
Yeah. Or at least it's the Nintendo or Super Nintendo. It's probably a Nintendo, not Super Nintendo. I was wrong.
Dude,
Yeah, I've got it on the NES. Huh?
did you ever play the Pokemon trading card game for the Game Boy Color?
I mean, I played the.
I
maybe?
did, yeah.
That game had one of the best soundtracks of all time too. That's another
Who
like.
remembers the camera that used to stick in the Game Boy?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
A lot of people don't know about that.
I had the GameCube thing. Did that.
Selfie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the GameCube startups. I have the
Okay.
Game Boy camera soundtrack right now, and it's just scary. Like, here's the main title song to the GameCube soundtrack. Oh my goodness. I still had the Game Boy thing
Who
set.
remembers Dreamcast? Oh god.
Oh, I had Dreamcast.
That did well.
Gamecast.
This is Game Boy Camera's menu or startup song.
Jesus. That's like Gabba.
That's gay.
Oh, it,
Jack's
more.
into it.
I'm super into it, dude.
Yeah, you like that IDM and all that, right?
Yeah, I love like extreme weird electronic music.
That got me into that a really old 8-bit artist. Was it Sabre Pulse or something?
Saber Pulse.
Yeah, is that who that was? Yeah, he
He's
was
like a
good shit.
chiptune breakcore producer.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Pretty good. I still listen to a lot of that stuff too. There's still a bunch coming out. I don't know any artists because I just like get compilations. But
So, I mean, we're coming to a close of the episode. We've taken a lot of twists and turns.
Yeah.
We actually covered some really cool stuff because we talked about, well, one, cleaning vinyl, but then the difference between vinyl masters and regular masters, ripping tunes, all that fun stuff. This is great, guys. We only got a couple minutes left. We're going to keep going until Xphixiate's ready to start his new show, which is right after this, which I have to load up my air horn, and it's not working. There it is. We got bass research with Xphixiate, and he's going to be going through some serum techniques on how to make some sick bass sounds. And I've learned a couple things from him. Couple being a lie. I learned a lot from him. So you guys should check that out. Same channel right after the show. But we usually end with, does anybody have any announcements, particularly our guests, any tunes that are coming out, shows that are coming up, anything? Games that are coming out that you need to talk about. Go ahead, Dennis.
Dennis.
Right after the Mixtures EP, Mighty Duck hit me up. He was on that EP.
Speaking,
and he's actually in Belarus, and I'm actually going to Russia in 3 weeks. So we're about to meet up and work on something over there.
Sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
BRB just going to Russia.
Yeah, well, I'm from Russia, so I'm going back home to visit family and stuff.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, and then I have a collab with my homies Audio Works. Probably going to be hitting up on Firepower if everything goes how it's supposed to go. And then I'm doing a VIP of Planned Attack. That's about all the announcements.
And you know, Firepower is doing chill tunes now.
Yeah, it's like a weird two-step dubstep tune. It's not really like anything crazy.
Oh, cool. I was like half joking because we talked about that a couple Thursday Hangouts ago about like they kind of, when they released the Zach the Lad thing, we were talking about what that meant. But
oh yeah, that was super random.
I like it when people change up directions. Keep it
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna link that Thursday Hangout later. But Kevin, any new tunes, new anything?
I mean, there's a couple cool shows lined up, but I don't really know if I'm like supposed to say anything about them. I'm sure it doesn't really matter, but got a couple of collabs that are pretty cool coming up. Another Jonah Freed one eventually.
That is literally like we haven't exchanged stems or anything.
But we will.
Industry.
And Bomber working on a track right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, me and Cyber Optics working on a track right now.
Damn.
Me and Suboxide working on a track. Bunch of cool shit going on with that. So
nice.
Good.
Finish those tunes, bro.
Yeah, that's my problem.
Plate me, mate.
It's not that I hate what I put into them. I just can't put anything into them because I want it to be. I don't want to put anything in for the sake of putting it in. I want to put. You know what I mean? So it's not that I'm like second guessing anything that's going into any songs. I just want to make sure that they're necessary to the song. Yeah.
Believe in yourself. I'll play the Arthur theme song. Is that from Arthur? Because I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Right? Arthur?
I have no idea.
Wow.
Did you guys not watch Arthur, the cartoon?
I did, of course.
I know what you mean now.
Thank you.
I watched Transformers and Sonic.
He-Man.
Oh, yeah, you watched the cool shit.
Freaking, did you guys realize, I'm going to post this in the stream, Toonami still streams every day, 24/7?
Yep.
So that's like Gundam Wing and Cowboy Bebop, and I just watched Transformers Beast Wars earlier.
Wow.
The graphics, though.
I remember that.
So
that's when they were like weird, like warthogs and stuff, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The graphics are pretty funny, but I was just watching.
He-Man was definitely a favorite, like Skeletor and stuff.
Definitely,
just
definitely.
Sampleable.
Yeah.
That's sick, though. I mean, like, when can we? I guess so. Those are all just in the works, and they'll just come out whenever you're done with them. Because I want to hear some of those.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
You talking to me?
They talking to me? No, they. Yeah, it's cut like like the Cyber one's in my hands right now, and the Bomber one's in his hands right now. So it's just like varying degrees of doneness, you know.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
I think me and Bomber are gonna do a free download with it. So
that's sick. I'm really interested to know what kind of flow comes out of that. You know,
I heard.
Yeah.
I heard the clip you sent me. It was sick.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It's like super heavy on your standards, though.
Yeah, but then again, it's kind of deep on his standards, so it's
Yeah.
that's what I was hoping for. You know,
That's tight.
it's cool, man. We were at a show together. He goes out to all the shows and shit. He goes out and supports everything, and he was telling me that he wants to dabble more with like deeper sounds, and I was like, well, dude, I want to dabble more with like heavier sounds, and so we just.
Are you mostly a deep producer?
What's up?
You mostly do deep stuff?
Yeah, most of the time. I mean, yeah.
I try to alternate. I feel like deep's a really good way to break up, like, if you've been making bigger tracks and you're just like, fuck, this all sounds the same. Do a deep
It'll
stuff.
all kind of help.
Strains everything out a little bit in your head.
Yeah. I got some wonkier sounds, though, in them, but most of them are pretty chilled out, yeah.
That's
Does Jonah have anything new coming out? What's going on?
What's up?
Where's your tracks?
I have a collab with this dude Volume A from Malta.
Yeah, he's sick.
Sorry?
Volume A is sick.
Yeah, so we did a tune called Tactile, which is coming out on Milk, MILC. Like sometime May, I think early May. It's coming out on this like huge deep compilation they have. It's like 40 tracks.
Jeez.
Dang.
Other than that, I just had an EP come out with them as well. That's like all hip hop beats, no 140 at all. And then the only like really confirmed thing that's coming up is my tune Malfunction is coming out on Silent Motion. It's like hopefully going to be a vinyl release, and there's Rez did a remix, Old Gold did a remix, and Compa did a remix. So
nice.
Yeah, Compa.
Release coming out on vinyl. That's I'm jelly. That's good stuff.
yeah, you know, hopefully, you know, the other, it's a new label, or it's like a new vinyl label, and they haven't really done any full run releases yet, but my friend Oshosi has a release coming with them as well, and he sent me he like got the test presses, and
Is that?
or like he had the test presses, and now he has the actual full artwork final version. So I think they're pressed and they look amazing. So it like gives me a lot more faith now in the label that they're actually going to get it done.
That's sick.
That's how you pronounce that guy's name, dude? I had no
Yeah,
idea.
that's my brother.
Compa.
He's coming to New York in like 2 weeks, and he's crashing with me for a few days, and like he's hands down my favorite producer
Yeah,
period right now.
probably in my top 3 right now, hands down.
Literally the entire world, Jesse is the man, and like I'm so excited to pick his brain for a couple days.
How do
Yeah,
you
that's-
spell his name?
OXOSSI.
What is it?
Oh, it's Oshosi, but it's OXOSSI.
Oh,
Oxossi.
Shoshi.
Yeah, it's like it's deep, but it's not even like the synthy stuff. It's like
It's
super.
It's mental, dude. I don't even.
The dude's a fucking genius. He sends me 2 tunes a week, and they're always just incredibly. He works for a 3D printing company. He's like a 30-year-old dude that lives right off of Hollywood Boulevard. Seems like the most normal like 3D printing company sort of dude ever. And then you hear his tunes, and it's just like, what is going on in your head that isn't reflected in your life?
Do you guys know that Fetch dude from Australia? He was like 30 something too.
Yeah.
He's making
A lot of the deeper producers are older. Like Mesk is like 37. I found out today he drives a BMW. I've been to his house and it's huge. I'm like, where? It's the only producer I've ever met that isn't like him and Oshosi are like the only ones that aren't like
Wait, who
struggling.
is Mask? Mask is 37?
36 or 37.
Oh, wow. I had no clue.
Yeah, man. But it's like crazy because he's got like a good, like very, very well-paying job. Like I've been to his crib and stuff, and it's like crazy to see a producer that isn't like struggling for their next meal.
Amen.
One
Stop
actually
it,
living
artist.
like very comfortably.
But is he living this comfortably?
Oh man,
Oh man.
We've talked about that before. I think we are going to address that 2 weeks from now on the Thursday Hangout show. We're going to talk about producer life. We're going to talk about getting booked, promoters, things you should look out for, contracts, stuff like that. I've gone like both sides of the coin. The you should give up your day job and work on music, and you should really keep your day job so you don't stress and work on music. I think it kind of depends on you, and it depends on...
I'm about to give up mine.
Are ya?
That's why I'm late today. Super stressful day.
You were telling me about some drama, so...
It's bad, like really bad. Like I might not even be able to keep the job bad, so...
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Jack is really racist, and it's become a problem at work.
Yeah, I've been just biking down the street, shouting racist profanities at everyone.
Holding a Trump sign at the same time.
I thought this was America.
Wait, we can't go there. We're streaming. We can't go politics. We're done. Take it back.
I'm voting for Trump, by the way. I don't know if I told you guys, but
Trump.
You've activated my Trump card.
We must end the stream now. We need to end the stream now.
That's a sign. We should just.
Is Andrew?
I've got
I'm hitting him up right now.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready.
Oh.
Wait, what'd Mel say?
Can I just quickly say, podcast volume 5 mixed by Oblivion.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
up for free download and it's sick.
It is really good. Super good.
And the other quick thing is Seraph and Hostel Heart of War EP, and it's got a Sudden Death remix, and that's going to be out 18th of April. So look out for that one.
Look for it.
Go
ahead.
I just did a mix for Fat Kid on Fire, and if you're curious about Oshosi or Rez or Mesk or any of those producers I mentioned, like there's dubs from most of them in that mix.
Yeah,
so go support me, go support them.
I've been listening to it like 3 or 4 times a week.
Sorry?
I've been listening to it like 3 or 4 times a week. That and how do you say his name?
Oshosi's
his Crucial Records podcast that he did a little bit ago was just
the tunes in that are amazing, but the mixing was a little iffy on his end a couple of times. Have you heard the new Sleeper Crucial podcast?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Good God. Sweet God. It's so good. I'm like so tempted to just like totally go towards making deep stuff, but like I would have to sacrifice some of my values, so I haven't done it yet.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everyone else. Thank you, Kevin and Dennis, for joining us in the Thursday Hangout.
Hey, James.
We need to get off. It's
Right,
Andrew's
fine.
turn.
It's Xphixiate's turn. You guys gotta stick around for Xphixiate's bass research show. It's gonna be sick. Anyway, yes, thanks to the guests. Thanks to everybody. We will see you next time on Thursday Hangouts.
Yes.
This outro music is
It's epic.
Skyrim.